I would like to see provisions preventing just these random charges for bags. I've heard about other things that they're charging for. There's got to be some limit. I mean, pretty soon they'll be charging us for the air we breathe.
The ability for people to be able to come off the airplane after so much time is sitting on the tarmac.
I know they've taken out a lot of food and other concessions during that time. Maybe they could add that in to make it easier for the passengers.
Well, don't hold your breath for that one. In 2006, Kate Hanni, she decided the airlines needed to show passengers a little more respect. She had 9 hours to think this over. That's how long she sat on board a plane that was stranded on the tarmac.
Oof. And she formed a coalition to push for changes in the industry. She took action, and this is one woman you don't want to mess with, because at the end of this month, the new Airline Passenger Bill of Rights takes effect. She's with us now from San Francisco. Kate, thank you so much for joining us. Tell me, what are all the big changes? What are people going to see? What are the big changes that passengers are going to see when they get on board the plane at the end of this month?
Most notably, if they're stuck on the tarmac for any time at all, they're going to be able to get potable water, food. They'll know that the toilets will be serviced so they don't overflow. They'll have clean trash receptacles and temperature control in the aircraft, so they can't just turn off the engine and let you sweat while you're sitting on the tarmac. And the second thing, and this is the very big deal, is that if you are on the tarmac for 3 hours, they must give you the option to get off the plane. And that's a very big deal. It's the big thing that the airlines did not want to have happen.
You have been fighting for this for a very long time. Do you feel like this is a success? You've won this fight, or is there still, are you still looking for more things to come?
Well, unfortunately, while we've been fighting for these basic human rights issues, the airline industry has gone into a free fall as far as what they're offering customers. And now with all the unbundling of fees, and that passengers have no way of knowing what they're going to pay really for all of the unbundled fees until after they buy their ticket a lot of the time, we have a lot more work to do after this. But we do feel vindicated that the government agreed with us that it is inhumane and unsafe to hold people longer than 3 hours on the ground without giving them the option of getting off and making sure that they have medications and potable water and some food in case they are stuck on the ground. So it's pretty rewarding that we've gotten as much as we have, and we're still fighting for more.
Mm-hmm. So these new rules take effect at the end of this month, but already some of the airlines are pushing back, asking for extensions of these deadlines, really saying that some of this stuff is out of their hands. When you talk about airport construction or weather delays, this isn't their airline's fault, and so they should maybe be dealt with on a case-by-case basis. Is that reasonable?
They have great spin. Their PR is excellent, and they want to scare the pants off of you and I and the American flying public, and frankly, their arguments just don't fly. They literally are trying to scare us, but the truth is they cause most of these issues by overscheduling. And if they were to de-peak those hours, especially on the East Coast, between 6 and 8 a.m. and 3 and 5 p.m., when you have most of the traffic, and spread out the flights more evenly throughout the day, you wouldn't have these long tarmac times on the East Coast. Granted, there are always going to be a few exceptions where there's going to be actual weather, and you're seeing that now in Europe with this volcano. There are going to be acts of God that are going to happen, but those are rare. There are very few of these tarmac events are events that are actually caused by weather, and we track them with our hotline. And I got to tell you too, it's amazing the arguments that the airlines are spinning out there about this to scare people, and I guarantee you that unless they try to retaliate for a short period of time and try to force the Department of Transportation into thinking that the rule doesn't work, we're going to see a huge improvement in their efficiency.
That's very interesting. We will definitely see. So at the end of this month, you may be paying more fees for carry-on luggage of all sorts of things like that, but you can see right here, Kate Hanni smiling today because you're at least not going to sit on the tarmac for more than 3 hours without the option of getting off. Thank you so much, Kate. It's great speaking with you, as always.
Thank you.
You just heard her right there, TJ.